Welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Now, as you are probably aware, the MP for Westmoreland Central, George Wrong, after the video come out and getting all kind of problems, the party that he belongs to, the JLP, say, well, him independent now, them remove him from the caucus. Everybody come out now and say, he must resign. Right? I'm seeing at the Observer, JCC and PSOJ and all these groups are now saying him to resign. Guess who come out and defend him, and guess what them say? I have to show you if you believe it. But before I'm going further, episode 2 of Big People's Corner, that's my show on Patreon, is now live. You can check it out, link is in the description. It's going to be the same topic we may talk about now, or the same general topic, but I'm going to be showing a video. It's just like the George Wrong video about different people, a different man and woman, but it's a question that as a society we need to answer. Right? As a people we need to answer. And I don't think it will ever be a mainstream question, so we have to discuss it. So, make we get to the meat of the matter. As you can see on your screen, right, you see a name, Bishop O'Neill Russell. Then you see underlined in red, a peace management initiative, senior violence interrupter in Westmoreland, Bishop O'Neill Russell. Right. It's calling on members of the security forces to avoid excessive use of force, and good advice. I agree. But that's not what the video is about. This video is about the fact that the same Bishop O'Neill Russell just come out in the Observer and he's defending George Wrong. Remember, Bishop O'Neill Russell. This is a man of the cloth. Right? I mean, surely, people must have wondered by now, surely, Sir P, you cannot really be suggesting that the bishop, the good bishop, is standing on the side of George Wrong? No, Sir P, you're trolling. Look like a true them attack. You just make up things to get views. Well, how about the show now? But remember, Peace Management Initiative, Senior Violence Interrupter. Remember them big words there, them keywords there. I'm showing you the next screenshot. Check this out. Well, various groups like the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce, the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, even the Jamaica Council of Churches, to be fair, them on the side of the PSOJ and JCC, they must say, George Wrong have retire. He needs to go. Well, somebody decides, say, that can't go on. That somebody is Bishop O'Neill Russell. Yes, the same Bishop O'Neill Russell from the Peace Management Initiative, the senior violence interrupter, the man of the cloth. He's saying, no, George Wrong can't go nowhere. Look on your screen, see the quote there? Let me read it for you. The man said, if the Jamaica Labour Party decides that he cannot be a part of them anymore and he has to sit as an independent, I will support him as an independent. I love the JLP, I love them. But if they say Mr. Wright has to go, that's the way I am going also. That's the way my family have to go also too. End quote. You want to check it out on the Observer for yourself. That is a strong stance. That is not no make us see how things work out. Like how when it first went down and people who are normally militant were being kind of oh well, let the police do. We just have to wait and see what the well, hopefully the investigations. That's when time people don't really want to come out strong, but the bishop come out strong. in defense of George Wrong. The man I say, him love JLP, but if JLP want push away and shun George Wright, him a cut with George Wright. Bishop O'Neill Russell, the head of the Ark of the Covenant Holy Trinity in Savannah. See, I want to act like I'm surprised, but I'm not. Jamaica is a bizarre place. Talk about PR, eh? So this is how Bishop O'Neill Russell wants to be remembered, as the man who came out and took such a stance on the side of, because we know Sir George Wrong in the video. Right? George Wrong can't even deny Sir him in the video. He can't. The video is not, the police them said, the video is not 100% clear enough for them convict him without the woman in the video pursuing the matter. But so she not carry it no further, she don't want to carry it no further. Right, so the police can't do nothing. But George Wrong, no cure bowling, but he can't come out and deny Sir him. He cannot. So you would think, let's say the bishop does, let's say him really just rate George Wrong so much that's, him don't want to see like him throwing him under the bus. Make it sad that time. Then you think him will take the stance like what enough other people do and say, well, we have to wait till the investigations and the investigation the police need and now that we have. No, the bishop come out strong. The man of the cloth, the leader of this church, who the congregation look to for all kind of guidance and example, is coming out and making you know, say, if the JLP try get rid of George Wrong, who we see, a butter bruise woman, we not just him on but even stool, chair or whatever I'm gonna use, if them try push him out, him a cut too. That the man depend. The Ark of the Covenant Holy Trinity in Savlamar, that's your leader. Your leader is telling you that if nobody try push out the man, we see. It's not like a hear, we see. Fling stool and fling how much thump and George Wrong, aka Jackie Chan. Anybody try push him out? Well, not just him a leave too, but all him family a leave too. But I want to understand. It come like him never realize this was a public statement and the rest of Jamaica go read it. Or maybe, see, sometimes when people are so acidic, they don't really realize what they must say, for their mind, what the problem? If we try to push out the man, me a cut with him in the business, we are tell you about what him a water bruise. But that not nothing to do with it. If them try to push out George Wrong, me a cut what the man a say. And this is how them counter it. Yeah, but he didn't go to court and he wasn't convicted in a court of law. That's the counter argument somebody might use. But even if you look in that post, even if you say nothing about that in that post, the man I make you know say, if JLP even try to push him out, then him a left with George Wright. And all him family gone too. If you notice, Jamaicans have slowly drifted away from the church. Jamaicans have slowly and surely drifted away from taking religious leaders seriously and looking to them for any kind of guidance and any kind of example. When you notice that? Remember one time the pastor was like the most respected man in the community. Remember that? When leaders of the church come out and make buffoonish statements like this, you don't understand why. Because sinner or Whirlian, remember when people used to say Whirlian are going to read this. Sinner are going to read this. People who are not deep in a religion are going to read this. And they are going to say then, at them Monday, a lead church, a man who just draw a battle line and pick side with George Rank, and them man don't want me go listen to it. No, sir. No way, Jose. How that people are going to say? Can you blame them? What me said, to be fair, the broader Jamaica Council of Churches did say George Rank needs to go. But to be honest, enough of that a PR. It's just that Bishop O'Neill Russell feel head does hot enough for him to talk exactly where him feel. At least I can give him enough credit for being true to himself. That's who he is. The man is supporting George Rank. At least him be, because me I tell you right now, enough of the groups them want to see how come on. I said George Rank must go. Enough of them are do the same thing at night time. If you want to talk about credibility. And by the way, when it comes on to the political side of it, where, for example, the PNP are saying, oh, George Rank, let's get something straight here. I will take the PNP seriously when them clean them own house. I feed them notorious woman beaters. Then I'll take them seriously. Cause we know them too, you know. Some very senior man of the party too. But everybody get woke. Everybody get woke. So when you see certain groups that jump out and I say, we need to condemn. But a mindful no video leak too. Mindful no video leak too. Or some of those ex-wives start talk again. Cause they used to talk but then get silent now, so mine then start talk again. We don't believe you. But nevertheless, whatever happen with other people, that means that cause other people do it and get where means that George Rank for it and get where. The cold hard reality is that politicians, MPs, political parties, seen as though them keep coming out trying to make it sound like them take such a hard stance on the issue, and them we need to protect this and protect that, and even though most of it is complete rubbish, because we know so they're very disingenuous. Well, we know, I mean, let's be realistic. Most of your favorite leaders are frauds and just tell you what you want here, right? But when them pretend to them against things like that, and then somebody in the house get catch carrying out the said act, as a leader, right, as somebody who is and should be held to a higher standard, right, in terms of behavior, you have to do the right thing. Step aside. Step aside. This wouldn't even be a question if it was in certain other countries. It wouldn't even be a question. From day one, it would have gone. But all this show me is just how deeply tribal politics is in Jamaica even to this day. We even a pastor man, we have reputation on the line, willing. You say, you know what, when the business with John Public want to say, you know, when the business who want to vex me, I tell them right now, if you try to push out George Rank, we gone too. Yeah. But come to think of it, if you must say, he might have left if JLP push out George Rank, then that's not actually loyalty to him party, you know, come to think of it. That means that a George Rank, him loyalty is livid. Because if it was in party, if it was the JLP, he would have say, well, I rate George Rank, but JLP am a party, so if them up, if this are them stance, then I side with them. But he might tell JLP say, if them try push out George Rank, him gone too. Understand what I tell you about culture. When I tell you say culture affect the whole society, from top to bottom, from the CEO to the unemployed, right? The rich, the poor, the uptown, the downtown, the rural. Culture affects the whole society. And when you see certain things happen, when you see certain things are said and done, oftentimes people say, but them man there, yes, them man there. God still live and grow and nurture the same acidic culture. And I know people are gonna ask me, then sir, we think the congregation are go say like how this come out now. Nothing. This is small time. We don't remember the case with the pastor where then he catch with the girl. I think she was young. I don't remember the exact details, but he ended up get charged. And the congregation march full speed ahead to the courthouse, weeping and mourning for the pastor. I don't remember that case there. So when I think say this I gonna make nobody lose no sleep. This is like half a day story, what the pastor coming out supporting charge on. This is half a day story. But you see, lately we've been hearing various people within the church community, right? Certain church leaders saying that, the public is drifting away from the people them. Well, you have to understand a lot of that has to do with the PR that the church have. The modern day church have a PR issue in Jamaica. When you talk about bishops and leaders and churchmen spewing out some things that make John Public Office turn on and look like what him say. Then him say that? The pastor say that? The pastor do that? PR is all about credibility. The reason why the people used to look up to and respect the pastor man is because of how them carry themselves and certain values. I remember a time when even people who don't really believe in another church and people who don't go to church, they respect the pastor. Who remember them time? I remember when even 87 used to respect the pastor. But now, I guess because people have technology and now them can hear and see more people, because what used to happen, people used to only know for them pastor. Right. People used to only hear from, because enough church have like them have them branch, and then you have like what you call it, like a regional group of them, like a 5-6 church, right? And then people just go for them church or then go one of the other 6 church. But now, because of technology, people can't hear what every pastor have to say. People can't live at Kingston and hear what the Westmoreland pastor have to say. People can't live at St. Thomas and hear what the Portland pastor have to say. And anytime one of them come out and say any kind of foolishness, then people instantly pick up on it. If you ever talk about peace and love and being slow to wrath and quote all kind of scriptures, and then next thing when you're bridging, get caught up in a problem, you take him side, even willing to renounce the party where you say you love. I mean, it don't look good. And people that go jump, then what happened to the man over here said that nah, nothing for did nothing. The fact of the matter is that people like MPs, the bishops and them people in society are held to a higher standard because them literally stand on pulpit and tell people say, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then when them in the current situation, a different song can sing, nothing can go so. If we're going to expect much from the population, if we're going to expect much from the ordinary man in the streets who no declare no love for no religion and no declare no love for the Lord and no declare no love to the people and no vow say they might go serve the people and whatever the case may be. If we're going to expect much from them, then we have to expect much from the people them in these positions of power. They must be consistent and practice what them preach. But I walk around and tell nobody about no peace and love and all them things there, and we need to get out the men who are doing this and doing that, and then one time a year circle all of a sudden selective morality. I don't know so it work. Anyway, Patreon squad, big up on yourself, and Mr. look out for episode 2. Big People Corner, PIA, you don't know, more life. Ultra Squad, stay circling. Bless.